And welcome back to another BobBlast. Hi, I'm Bob Burridge, and this one is all about painting small gems. You know, you ever have a day where you really needed to paint but didn't have a whole lot of time? Well, you can still squeeze it in. Just make the painting a little bit smaller. And let me show you how this yellow tape really helps me to have a completed, finished painting real soon and real fast. So here are some small gems. I like to call them my small gems. Little 4 inches by 4 inches. And because I've taped it all off before I did the painting, do the painting and then take the tape off and boom, you've got instant borders. And that way you can kind of see the painting a little bit better, as opposed to having it on the easel or on your table. You have all the other visual clutter, right? So this kind of gives it a good presentation too. And whether you're doing representational images or abstracts like this, it's still, by putting this tape down, you have a nice big border. It's beautiful, right? That's the whole idea. And clean, sharp edges, clean edges. I love it, especially doing these smaller ones from a watercolor pad. You know, just a small little watercolor pad that to go on location with. Well, now you can do it here in your studio too. Just put this yellow tape all the way around, do the painting, take the tape off. Voila, you have an instant great little painting to sell at festivals and fairs and in the galleries also. They love the small little gems like this. Here's my other ones where I take the actual tape and put it on the paper and put it into the painting, do the painting, take the tape off. Voila, you have this really strong, graphic, hard edge pieces. If you like to do that kind of stuff, I do too. Anyway, let me show you the procedure of how I get started and get my painting started when I don't have a whole lot of time. So as you can imagine, I have a whole lot of these small ones because it doesn't take very long to do them. Again, I'm putting the tape on the paper, beautiful watercolor paper. This is a Bristol paper here, and you get a nice clean hard edge. And then I just go wild and crazy and then take the tape off and bam, all of a sudden there's a pretty interesting painting. Here's one where I just put the tape on one side and left the rest looser. You know, it's one of those days where you're just trying different things, scraping and scratching. Now here's the paper. What I'm going to be doing is putting some of this tape down on it and do the painting, okay, like I've explained it. This is a great little pad. It's a Fabriano Artistico, 100% cotton, watercolor paper. So I'm really enjoying this. It works great. You can get it cold pressed or hot pressed. Cold pressed, you're going to have a little bit of a texture. Cold pressed, that's the texture. And hot pressed is going to be smoother. Just know the difference. All right, so here we have 300-pound Kilimanjaro paper. This is from Cheap Joe, watercolor paper. It takes a beating. It's fantastic. So this is what I'm going after. Here's the border. Taking the same tape and putting it in the painting too. It'd be kind of fun to do that. Let's see what happens here. I have no idea, no preconceived idea. Well, here's the paper. I've already put the tape down. There's that tape. Everybody makes this tape, right? But there are some that are green, some are purple, some are yellow, some are black. Find the one that says for delicate surfaces. Okay, and I think it's usually the yellow one that we have here. So again, I'm just going to do a brief. I think what I like to also do is put some tape right on this. Yeah. See what goes here. Just to give you an idea of how this works. I think you pretty much figured this out. And I'll put some more tape down in here. Something like that. We'll see what happens here. All right, this is one of those days, right? You just want to see what's going to happen. Don't spend a whole lot of time on it. But I certainly am enjoying the graphic design and the loose painting technique. There's really no technique at all, just being loose. All right, just great early morning in the studio. There we go. So this is nice and wet, but usually I let this dry before I take the tape off. This is a short video. Let's see what happens. All right, at this point, slowly slowly pull there we go, the tape back on itself. That's important. See how slowly I'm pulling this off? Slowly. Wow, that's cool. It's just another technique. It's not a great idea, but it's a pretty fun way of starting off loosely and quickly end up with a pretty interesting end result. It's a great way to get started too. Boom, here we go. See, here I didn't push the tape down tight, and so it bled underneath the tape. And you're going to get that a lot. So be careful when you put the tape on. Really rub it in hard, and really into the surface. And you pull the tape back slowly, okay, to reveal the rest of the tape. Let me show you another thing that I do after I do this one. So why do I want to do small ones? These little gems. I'll tell you why. I like to find new compositions. Take a piece of paper, gray, cut a shape, and you go back down on top of your pieces and try to find, that's an interesting composition, another painting. I love doing it with color. Can you imagine a giant painting, say a 6-foot painting that would look like that? Creative cropping. Oh, I love this. Or even a 24-inch by 24-inch painting. You see how that works? It's a great way to discover new compositions without actually sketching it all out. So I love taking compositional cutouts. Oh, this will be great. Black and white. Whoa. There we go. Pretty nice. Again, I'd like to see that as a large painting. Well, anyway, it's just another way to explore creative running around in your studio, trying different things, different angles, something new and different and fresh. So you need to challenge yourself. And that's a great way to challenge yourself. And you're being creative at the same time and challenging at the same time. Hey, thanks again for watching this BobBlast. I hope these little tricks and techniques help you in your studio and get you going. So keep your brushes wet. Make sure it's a big brush. Don't forget to challenge yourself as opposed to doing the same old thing. You did that last year. Let's move on. Challenge yourself and look at new ways of looking at your own techniques. See you on the next BobBlast, and thanks again for watching.